Hey there, Libra. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. I'm doing your readings for November 2018. Thanks for joining me. I guess I'm not particularly chatty today. All right, let's just see what's going on. Eight of Pentacles, High Priestess, Queen of Cups, Page of Cups, Three of Wands, Six of Wands, the Victory card. I always like to see that come out. I can't remember how many cards I've only done one other sign, but I did it like last week and I can't even remember what I did. Oh, nice. You got some nice cards here. So at the bottom of the deck is the World, and when the World shows up, it usually means there's some culmination. There's something, some phase or something in your life is completing, and it's not at all a bad thing. It's usually some sort of accomplishment. For example, this can come up if you've finished a course or school and you're graduating, you're starting a new job or a new career, working at a new company, you are moving to a new place, anything. You finished a big project, something that you've been working towards, you've reached your goal, something like that. So it does, in its own way, because it's sort of an ending and a beginning, it points to this time in November being a time of transition. So I do see that a lot of you have been working really hard, and perhaps for a lot of you, probably not, but maybe, hopefully, you've really found something that you've really are interested in and really enjoy doing. So again, maybe you had previously started studying or learning or taking classes or however it worked for you. You've been working on something and you've really mastered it at this point. You've really gotten to a point where maybe you can now educate and teach other people about it, or you can offer a service, like begin a business, like you've mastered it in such a way that you can now you can be considered a professional and charge for it, or you're getting some sort of recognition. I always feel like this could come up like for actors, if you're in a play and maybe it's being advertised or there's good reviews out there, you could be mentioned in your company newsletter, your local newsletter. I mean, some of you could have even wider success than that. It's accolades, it's a victory. There's also this homecoming nature to it. So, of course, at least in the United States, we have Thanksgiving. There are, some months where it's very likely that people will be returning home, seeing family. But I feel like when you guys do see family, whether they come to you or you go to them, it's like you're going to have something that you're really proud of. And this just popped in. So just one caution is that just this victory, like you need to count your own wins and your own victories and really rely on you understanding how much you wanted something, how much you've worked, how much determination and everything you've gone through to get where you are, that it may be invisible to a lot of people. And so you really need to be careful that you don't count on outside validation, because people may be like, oh, it's great, and like, grab a beer and go sit down and watch football, and you're just kind of like, oh my God, I just worked 6 years of my life while working and raising kids to get my degree, and like that, you have no idea how much hard work it was. So I guess just a little caution to manage expectations and really just focus on counting your own wins, and don't have it be dependent on other people's reactions. So that's just for a few of you. So definitely some love coming in here, or a deepening of a love bond. So we have this offer. We have this Page of Cups. This is a message of something that elicits an emotional response, positive. I mean, we have the Ace of Cups, so this is new love coming in. And we do have the Queen of Cups. So this is saying that this person that's coming into your life is really in a good place. So either you are, or the person coming into your life is at a really good place where they're emotionally ready to start a relationship. They can communicate their feelings. They're open. They're emotionally mature. They don't pout when they don't get their own way. They use their words to communicate their feelings, and so it has a good chance of working out. I mean, relationships are so hard. It's very hard to find someone who's a good match, but that's a very good omen. Yeah, so there's still this theme here. When I see this card, this is, well, first of all, it's looking at the big picture. So it's tying back to that world card of, okay, I've accomplished something. Now, where am I going? Because often once we accomplish something, it's like, yes, I did it. Now what? You know what I mean? So you're kind of taking a step back and looking at where you are and the possibilities for the future. Where are you going to go from here? Where are you going to go now? Isn't that like a Guns N' Roses lyric? Okay. So again, this idea of crossroads or transition, or what am I going to do now that I've accomplished some of these goals I've had? You have the happy family card. So if you do get together with family, that's great. But again, in the setting of the Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, and Ace of Cups, this again is just a really good omen for any relationships. And I know it's like Venus in retrograde, I forget, but there is definitely a positive relationship. Oh, and you also have the Six of Cups. Again, homecoming, people from the past, family, nostalgia. But the thing I really like, the message that I think is most important in this card is the message of simplicity, of keeping it simple, of enjoying the simple good things in life, which isn't, not fancy cars, not how much money you make, but the relationships you have, and enjoying the day-to-day, everyday life, and learning how to appreciate and enjoy that is definitely a recipe for this, for the happy family card. So, okay, so there's one card I haven't touched on, and it's the High Priestess. And I have to tell you, I'm not entirely sure how this is fitting into the rest of the reading. So when she shows up, she's really about this sort of time in life when you start to kind of like understand that your gut instinct, your intuition, psychic abilities, whatever you feel comfortable calling it, like you're like, hey, I sort of knew that was going to happen. I had a feeling about them. You know what I mean? You're like, I knew that was going to happen, or I should have listened to myself. So kind of this, you could also be awakening to, or opening, I guess opening is the word I want, sorry, to spiritual ideas, different ideas. Like, for example, I know a lot of people, and it's great, and that's why I got into tarot cards in the first place. Tarot cards are like predictive, what's going to happen, all that stuff. It's super cool. It's fun. But this is kind of taking that next level with tarot or astrology or whatever you're into, is like, wait, there's more here than just this says there's something hidden in your life. Trust your intuition. It's it's sparking something like, okay, let's really think about this deeply and let's start applying this. And hey, these cards are not just predictive fortune telling, they're really a way for me to learn more about myself and grow personally and become more a tool for self-confidence, happiness, self-awareness, and peace ultimately. So something awakening. You also, on a very mundane level, find out something. It's like, I do feel like it's almost a one-off. Like you're going to, maybe when you go home, you're going to find out something sort of not shocking, like in a bad way, but like, it could be anything, like someone's getting a divorce or someone's with someone you were like, oh my God, I can't believe that. I had that happen to me a couple weekends ago. I found out someone is now with, I won't get into it, but someone is now with someone like she's like in her early 40s, is with someone that's almost 70 that has been their coach. I don't know. I burst out laughing, but it was shock. It was just kind of like, no way. And so it was really of no relevance. It's none of my business. It doesn't affect me in any way, but it was kind of like juicy. It was good, juicy gossip. Hey, sometimes we just like some good, juicy gossip. I'm not going to lie. I do too. All right. Well, I'll just leave it at that. I hope you have a great November, and I'll see you at the next reading. Take care.